How dare it? It went on without me. Again, it says it muted, but has no signal. It's like, nope. I'm pretty sure it sounds fine. And still have that lovely little unstable red thing flashing at me from my laptop, being like, your bit rate is unstable. Oh no, oh no. And I'm like, well, I set it to what you told me to, and you say it's too much, so that's not a me problem, I think. There's a bunch of cobwebs around my microphone. A little dusty up there. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? I'm in an empty room, so never mind. Hello, everyone who's watching this either later or coming in the future. How are we all doing today? Okay. All right. Well, let me do something really quick. Just need to check on one thing. Boop. See if this is updated. Ugh. I wonder if this changes at some point. I am expecting a package from a place that's sold out of Hong Kong-ish. It's leaving Hong Kong, but I think they're actually just over in Guangdong. Um, but uh, but yeah, I am kind of wondering why the tracking hasn't updated for 2 days now to say literally anything else. Besides, it left Hong Kong. Let's see. Oh wait, no, I feel like this one has worked for me well in the past. Let me drop that in there and see what happens. Because after a certain point, once it arrives in the United States, it won't be China Post anymore. So it doesn't make sense to keep tracking it on China Post. That doesn't look right. Yodel? That's a company? Huh. But yeah, no, I'm waiting on this thing from Hong Kong, and I just want to know when it's going to get here. I just want to know, you know? Because I know it cleared customs. It cleared customs and left Hong Kong on a plane 2 days ago, at least. Kind of hard to tell exactly. Uh, mm, and at some point it will be received here in the United States, probably in California, and from there we'll have to yet again go through customs and then be shipped somehow to me, whether that is via USPS, UPS, FedEx, or God forbid DHL. My least favorite of the three private companies that do package delivery. I just want it. But I'm going camping in a couple of days. So I'm going to be gone for a little while. Yeah, this doesn't have anything new. It just says Hong Kong. Ah, fine. It's just weird. Like, wondering if China Post has a different. Hmm. They have some kind of tracking on China Post. They obviously do, but I can't figure it out. Anyway, not the immediate problem. Right now, I am here to play some video games and try to solve crimes or something. And nope, horror. Poirot. Just finished eating, which is odd for me to finish before starting, so that's nice. At some point, I'm probably gonna want ice cream. I don't know. I'm full. I ate a little too much pasta, but now I want ice cream. But I'm full, so make that make sense. Make it make sense. Okay, here we go. It's been a week since we played this. I feel like I remember being stuck.
Madame Allen, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Look, let's just get on with this, shall we?
I promise not to take up too much of your valuable time.
Well, thanks to Johann walking off, I got stuck talking, a term I use loosely, with Mr. Aylesworth and the all-important bishop, as he likes to consider himself.
Yeah, he's a giant dickbag, so fair.
Where did your husband go?
Beats me. But when I saw him next, he was being attacked by that crazy artist. You must have seen it.
I did, and while I do not condone such behavior,
If you are going to defend that woman's actions against my husband, I'll stop you there. Not really any of your business, is it?
I would not forgive myself if something improper had happened and I had not addressed it.
You've got nothing to worry about. I'm an emotional woman. Let's just leave it at that, shall we?
We're gonna find out more. It's fine.
I thought it was best to just get myself out of there. He may have bitten his tongue, but if I got my hands on her...
Your husband mentioned...
The lack of emotion in their faces is so funny. It's like, he had bitten his tongue, but if I had gotten my hands on her... They don't emote. It's so funny. They've just got this little idle facial animation. They just keep playing over and over again, and the mouth happens to move.
Me? No.
Ah, je vois. May I also ask about the snuff box that was found?
I've heard the Brits like that stuff. Not for me, though. Sorry.
This is really where it was better when they had in the last one when they had like I thought it was weird at first, but now I'm seeing why they did it that way, where they had the two character models come together and then the dialogue would be in the middle and like little drawn avatars of the characters were on either side, and those drawn avatars would have different emotions. It was literally just different pictures. They would like hide one picture, show another to show that they had changed emotion, but at least it was more emotive than when we talk like this, and it just moves a little bit, and the blinking will always happen at the same time regardless, in the same pattern, and the mouth moves up and down a little bit. It's like, okay.
You have been most helpful.
Did we get to anything? No. Okay, that's the one. Excuse me.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur.
All right, he's useless. That's canon. I know I mentioned in my what's it called? Little blurb on Blue Sky and Insta that I was disappointed in Hastings for being an insurance adjuster. I am still disappointed in Hastings for being an insurance adjuster. It somehow makes him even more useless, which is truly amazing that they managed.
Mademoiselle, may I request a minute of your time?
What can I do for...
Can you not see that we're busy?
What if I talk to him?
Your Grace, there are matters we really must discuss.
You do understand my time is valuable, don't you?
And you do understand that a famous, expensive painting was stolen, don't you?
Merci, Your Grace.
Right, I forgot you can rotate things. Get rotated in West Wing. Wah, wah. Wah. I feel like that's going to become an emote sooner rather than later.
Ah.
Did we determine what's inside the heating vent?
Huh.
Okay. Poirot, I know you're not the most manual of people, but like, there's something lodged inside. Okay. Then unlodge it.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci.
All right.
Ah.
Oh. Alright, so I have to find a way to distract the bishop. Is that what this is? If I smash something.
I don't think you quite understand the severity of the situation, Detective Inspector.
Oi, governor.
I'm well aware, and I'll conduct my investigation how I see fit.
How I see fit.
That just isn't good enough. How would you feel if... who am I kidding? You could never afford something like that.
Woo, okay, that was a bit low.
I can assure you Detective Inspector Hardwick and his men will be doing all they can to find your missing painting.
And now you have some officer from another country entirely fighting your battles for you?
I speak on behalf of no one but myself, monsieur.
And I didn't ask you. Hardwick, get it found.
Okay, so now we have two giant assholes.
Right you are.
Game. I keep hitting the wrong button to rotate. Thing up here to do.
If you want to deal with him, fine by
David.
me.
Uncover a secret about David. What? What secret did I uncover? I don't understand. Okay, sure. I uncovered his secret, whatever that is.
Will you allow some officer a moment of your time?
I'm a very busy man.
And then I shall keep my question short.
I'd say the heart attack was the most memorable part of the day.
Quite understandable. But before that?
I was talking to the bishop, or rather being talked at. He doesn't see it, but he gets quite heated. That's the last thing I remember. I did. That man just wants someone to listen to his incessant ramblings. I just couldn't stand there and listen to him anymore. I decided to walk away and see the orrery from above. Then I met that young lady, Betty Allen.
You two spoke?
Briefly, but she was looking for her husband, so I think her mind was elsewhere.
I will not take up any more of your time.
Yay! Hit again.
We have done
Literally just says talk to suspects. That's all I got. Wait, what happens if I go through that other door? Museum main hall. What's this door? I thought this door was to the special room.
Aha.
Detective Inspector Hardwick has made it quite clear that my valuable insight is not wanted. Perhaps I should find an alternative means of entry.
Got it. Okay. Not helpful, but got it.
Mademoiselle, may I request a minute?
What can I do for...
Can you not?
Can you not see that
What
you're
do you need?
dick?
What can I do for you?
Merci.
Nothing. Alright. I just hit him with something? Throw something at him? Sharp. Some options. What am I missing here? Nothing is interactable. Can't talk to him. Can't talk to her. What am I missing?
I hope you're getting something out of wasting my time.
Ah,
Heated? Who said that?
They are the words of Monsieur Ellsworth.
social engineering. Pit them against each other. Go.
The man is in politics. He should know what heated looks like. Maybe I was a little forceful. There was no one else around. How was I to know he was having a heart attack when he clutched his chest? It could have been anything.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw he was in trouble, I went to get help. I suppose I got lost finding my way back.
I do not believe Bishop Mountjoy was the instigator of Monsieur Ellsworth's heart attack, but it appears he does. He is quite rigorously trying to convince himself he is not to blame.
Interesting. Huh. Odd observation, but I guess I get it.
Your Grace.
That was enough to pull his mind away, I guess.
What can I do for you? He knows just how to push. He knows what this museum means to me.
Still bothers me. Got like
That is clear to us all.
the visage of a mature, educated woman and the voice of a schoolgirl. It's just so confusing.
He thinks he can say and do what he wants because of his position. But if he thinks he can get rid of me that easily...
This museum is my life. And if anyone, including him, tries to do anything to jeopardize that,
I won't be held responsible for my actions.
Listen, you know what? With my interactions with him so far, I'll hold him, you punch. Like, let's go.
I'm sorry. The detective inspector was quite adamant I wasn't to allow anyone in.
Detective Hercule Poirot is not just any man, mademoiselle.
But he is a man who is not a detective from this country, as we are being reminded on a constant fucking basis,
And
so...
modest to boot. I suppose it can't hurt. Follow me.
That worked, surprisingly. I thought
There
she
you
was going to
go.
basically say no.
The key. It is in a far better condition than yesterday.
It was looking grubby and covered in rust, so I cleaned it. Is that a problem?
If you find anything else that may be of importance to the investigation, I ask that you leave it as you found it.
Okay. Excellent deduction. The key works in the door that the key is meant for. Oh no. Okay.
Aha.
Blue paint. That's a big handprint. That looks like a handprint. Big fucking handprint. More handprint? That one's at least normal size. So only Poirot would look at this room and be like, "This is such a mess." Is the paint the key? And yeah, you would enjoy something like that too. That's me being mean, though. I don't understand people who like nonfiction books myself, but you do you. I don't like it. I read them for work, you know. Like, to me, that's just skizzers. Don't see how that got us closer to the truth, but apparently it did. Oh. Nothing. Good job. More paint. This for some reason. Maybe we aren't doing that at all. Okay. Nothing looks weird yet again. Alright, what am I missing here then? Let's see. Obviously I need to get in there somehow. See if
What do you need?
Soup for Brains has any ideas.
What can I do for you?
Nope.
Merci.
Bless his heart. This is not done. You've done that. That was something. Aha! The thief gets a paint on the key before they enter the room. Excellent question.
I should consider this further.
Excuse me?
Something just...
Okay.
The evidence suggests something else.
Oh.
One step closer
Okay.
to revealing the truth.
Sure.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Very confusing.
Come now. Voila.
Okay, we got somewhere. All right, Jesus.
I should not be surprised by
That
my own
makes
skill.
sense. Box was moved by the thief.
Order and method.
Who had
That is the...
blue paint?
Is there something... Come, my little Grayson.
What? Oh, okay. I already... No, I guess I didn't do that.
When the thief entered this room from the west wing, there was no paint on the key. We know this because there was no paint on the key when they used it on the door to the gallery. But there is paint on the key when the thief locks the west wing door after stealing the painting, telling us...
The key got covered in paint in this room.
Oui. And only after the painting was stolen. So, what happened in between locking the door to the gallery and leaving this room to lock the west wing door? The picture is becoming clearer, and the paint is the key. The thief unlocked the door from the west wing into this room, unlocked the door to the gallery, and stole the painting. They then returned, whereupon they laid the painting on the desk. The thief locked the door and returned to the painting. But then, an accident. They dropped the key into the palette of paint.
How can you be so sure?
We know because the paint palette was the only source of blue paint in the room that the key could have dropped in.
But why put the painting on this table, where items may be knocked or where they may be heard? Perhaps the answer is before me on the desk.
Huh. Huh. Oh.
I see.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
How do we know that what the thief did after cutting the painting from the frame? Nope. No. Failed again.
What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur.
What just happened there?
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci.
Okay.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Discovered 2, did I not? Is that not enough for you? Okay.
Gentlemen, have you seen Miss Babanian? She wanted to speak with me after the bishop was finished chewing my ear off, but it seems the pair of them have disappeared.
I'm afraid not.
Can't have been that important then.
Yeah, I know. Yes, almost Christensen acting together in the West Wing, perhaps requires further investigation. Nah, it's very echoey in there. Actually, it's a good question. Is this playing through my speakers by any chance, just in case? Pretty sure not. Check, talk to...
What do you need?
Nope. At least it's just coming through here, I think. So it shouldn't be echoey, but it will
Merci,
be reverby. Because we're in an art gallery, I guess? Ooh.
Oh.
Fine.
Huh.
Oh, still no. I mean, there's a lot of things they're trying to do, albeit poorly, in this game so far. I was talking a little before you got here about how the facial animations are very static and there's really no emotion to them whatsoever. Which makes the not terrible voice acting even funnier. Because they can be talking about the most, like, sensitive, difficult, annoying, awful, frustrating thing, any of those, and they will talk, like, with passion and feeling, but it's just idle face animation. That's all it is.
What can I do for you?
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now.
I feel like I might be getting close to ice cream time. Oh, we've moved.
I hope you're getting something out of wasting my time.
Merci, Your Grace.
If you want to deal with him,
I suppose I can spare a minute.
I will not take up any...
Oh my goodness. Yawning again. You know, I am starting to wonder if the games are making me yawn because I was up until like 1 o'clock last night playing God of War and I did not yawn, like, at all. And now here we are at 9:15 and I'm like, trying to hold it together.
Gentlemen, have you seen Miss Babanian? She wanted...
I'm
You
afraid...
said that already. It's just an acting clearly in the West Ring, perhaps at further investigation. Yes, I want to investigate this space. However, there is nothing to investigate besides that thing in the vent that nothing works with. So, kind of frustrated by the lack of fucking anything I can do. Like, you need something sharp and pointy, because I got lots of those. They're all right here. What am I looking for? I don't understand. Is there a hint button? I feel like this is just so much more nonsensical than the last one. It was just a lot easier to figure out what I needed to do. It just says talk to suspects. Let me see here. Guides coming through in clutch yet again. Alright, what do we got? Investigation begins chapter 3. Ugh. Oh. There's a whole ass apartment I haven't been to. Yeah, which is why I haven't gotten the needle I apparently need. Alright, this is giving some moon logic level shit. Logic moment fucking. Alright. The cotton swabs aren't enough to get the thing out. I need a needle. I don't know what the needle does that the cotton swab can't when it comes to an air vent, but apparently this is just reminding me of... Yep. This is just reminding me of the And Then There Were None game. Agatha Christie And Then There Were None. Which was not made by this company, but kind of made by... It's complicated. Different studios, I think, ultimately, but same production company, maybe. Anyway, I always use it as a great example of moon logic, because it's like... I mean, it's a perfect example of, like, moderate moon logic, because it's not straight up, holy shit, that's stupid. There is some logic behind it, and you can kind of follow. You just sit there and you're like, how did we get here? Right? Like, how did we make these decisions to get here? Because if I recall, and this is how I tell it, you have to get to the other side of the island, and the only way to do that is by going through a thicket of bramble. And there is a goat next to the bramble. And in order to get through the bramble, because you yourself cannot pass through, you have to get the goat to eat the bramble, okay? All right, that's not the worst. It's a little weird, but it's not the worst. Okay, sure, fine. In order to get the goat to eat the bramble, however, you have to make the bramble taste good. So in order to do that, you have to grab a glass, a cocktail glass, from the lounge. Not the dining room, not the kitchen, just the lounge. And it has to be a cocktail glass, not any other receptacle whatsoever. It has to be a cocktail glass. You bring that out to the apple orchard, because of course it's an apple orchard, and then you put the glass under the cider press, and then you have to take fermented apples that fell on the ground, not the fresh ones. You do that later. Take the fermented apples, put them through the press into the cocktail glass, then pour the apple cider onto the brambles, whereupon the goat will eat the brambles, and you can go through. It makes a sick kind of perverted sense. You get there, but it's odd. I was talking to my therapist about this relatively recently, because I was talking about moon logic and the games that I play on here. I don't remember what the context of the conversation was. I was geeking out a little bit. And I did also bring up King's Quest. I think it's King's Quest 3 with the cat. I thought it was King's Quest. Maybe it's not King's Quest. I can't remember what it is. I just remember there is a game where relatively early on, a cat walks across your screen, and it only happens once. And if you don't click on the cat, when it goes by, it will not come back again. You cannot repeat it. And if you don't click on the cat, you automatically will fail several hours later. Because clicking on it does something, gives you something, I don't remember what. But you automatically fail the game later on. And this was like the 90s too, so there's no save games, there's no jumping back. It was brutal. I remember hearing about it and being like, absolutely not.
Hello? Who's that?
Bonjour, madame.
You're not English. Where are you from? What are you doing here?
Listen, you may be on an island, but that island is very close to a continent called Europe, where there are other countries, believe it or not, and those people sometimes travel. Weird, I know.
Madame, I am Detective Hercule Poirot of the Kingdom of Belgium's police force.
Okay, Poirot, I'm going to be honest, that was not the kind of introduction you wanted here. That's giving very, I'm a Nigerian prince, and I just need $1 million to unlock my fortune of $10 million. Like,
I was hoping to speak with a neighbor of yours. Mademoiselle...
She's not in. Are you waiting for her?
Do you know how long she...
You can give her this. And tell her I did what I could with it.
I will be sure to do that. Adieu, madame.
alright. There's a lot of really awful people in this game so far, just saying. I'm going to kill that dog. What is this music? Ah, okay. There we go. Blue paint. Thief. But hold up. Before we do that, we're gonna go back and we're gonna use the needle on the vent. Apparently that's a thing.
Gentlemen, have you seen Miss Babanian?
Shut up, we've heard this conversation already. Yes, I know, Monsieur Christensen did a thing. We're going to go deal with that immediately, actually. Here we go. He walks so weird. Everything about this game is weird. Here we go. Alright. We have to use this specifically. Or we could have just opened it, but...
Oh.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci.
What can I do for you?
Merci, mademoiselle.
What can I do for you?
Merci, mademoiselle.
You're just full of questions, aren't you? Where did you get that?
It was found in a vent at the museum. Perhaps the very last thing I expected to find.
Yes. Well, thank you. I knew I had lost it somewhere.
I mean, it is such a goofy walk, but not in a charming way. So it's not like Hercule Poirot doing a funny little walk because he's a funny little man and the descriptions, but
valuable ring has just been returned to Madame, and she acts as though it means nothing to her.
And I would not describe throwing a ring at one's husband resulting in it being stuck in a vent as a case of losing it.
Poirot, I thought we had an inside voice. What happened to that?
It is clear Madame Hélène
Oh,
felt
it's
no
back.
sickness at the gala, rather anger. In a moment of rage, she threw her ring at her husband before exiting the museum. And having seen the damage that she has caused in her own dressing room, one can conclude that it was the state of her marriage that allowed her emotions to get the better of her and act so rashly.
You have been most helpful.
The detective inspector will now be able to see as plain as day that Mademoiselle Court Smythe is the guilty party. Now to find him.
With the other remaining guests' movements all accounted for, she
With
was
this
the only
audio
one
quality.
capable of making haste with the painting.
Oh my god, okay. Alright, so we good with all that? Talk to the suspects, talk to D.I. Hardwick. Detective Inspector. Oi. Boop.
Ah, Detective, you're here.
Look and you shall find. How may I be of assistance?
What now?
Oh, well, I've had the photographs from the gala developed.
That's good thinking, Miss Farquhar.
Oui, very kind, mademoiselle.
Oh, I thought she was about to then be like, but they got fucked up. Well, what about this investigation hasn't gotten fucked up a little bit so far? I mean, come on. Okay. Why are we pointing?
Mm-hmm.
Aha!
There is nothing left for us to do but to take our findings to Detective Inspector Hardwick.
Do you think he'll listen?
It is his duty as a high-ranking officer
At
of the
no
law.
point.
We shall not be ignored.
At no point did Poirot voice these thoughts out loud, and therefore how does anyone around him know what
We
he's
have
talking
done all
about?
but arrest Mademoiselle Court Smythe for him. If it is the accolade that he desires, he may have it.
I was thinking that while you were speaking with Miss Court Smythe, I could try and find Mr. Christensen at their home.
It would certainly be more efficient. An excellent idea.
Him with a funny accent. He was here earlier asking the same questions. All I want is a bit of peace.
I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. We are...
Monsieur Hastings, your assistance is required immediately.
Is she dead? Oh.
Good Lord, Poirot, that's a lot of smoke.
And now you are up to speed with the situation. I have evaluated the position we find.
If you're going to use the fire extinguisher, now would be the time. Keep you.
Poirot, shut up. Use the damn thing. Hastings, you might want to...
That's it. One more should do it.
Detective Inspector, it is imperative we search the crime scene as soon as possible.
You mean my crime scene?
If I may, I can count on one hand how many crime scenes I have seen in my life, and although they are somewhere I don't wish to spend too much time, as the representative of Lloyd's of London Bank, it is my responsibility to handle all matters regarding the now stolen painting.
A weak attempt, but I've got more on my plate than dealing with some paper pusher getting his knickers in a twist. You've got until I return to do whatever it is you need to do. And if I find one thing out of place...
One thing?
You may question my authority in this case, but I will not have my professionalism questioned.
Whatever you say.
I mean, that was my thought. That's why I was like, Hastings, you might want to take that from Poirot. And Poirot's like, Hastings was like, oh, one more should do it after the second one. Being like, 3 hits will do it. And I'm like, or you could have just had Hastings kick the damn door down. Like, he's done it before. He is supposed to be the blunt instrument, but I don't understand this version of Hastings, who is somehow more useless than Hastings normally is. It's a forgery. It's a forgery. That's... The painting is burned, but is a forgery.
Ah. Oh.
Ooh. Ah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Celebrating something expensive, but vintage.
Oh.
Serpentine. Hot on the culprit's heels. We're just not phrasing anymore, as that's what's happening.
Ah. Huh. Aha. Huh. Huh. Oh. Uh-huh.
Hot on the culprit's heels, I guess. Oh shit, she's dead. Alright, well.
Ah.
Here I was being like, we found the painting, but it's burned. Well, now we have to find out, nope, she's just fucking dead. Alright. Yeah, she was killed beforehand. I'm gonna talk about the...
Ah.
Aha.
Okay.
From analyzing the victim's body, I can conclude that the cause of death was not dead by the flames.
Not by the flames? Then what?
That is what we are yet to determine.
Okay, keep going. What's next?
Oh.
Champagne. Syringe. Drugs the champagne.
Huh. Hmm. Oh. Hmm.
Not the frame. Because it's a forgery. Not the real one. Okay.
Logical thinking shall always prevail.
Time is the fire. Fire was deliberately served.
Some would say a lucky guess.
Monsieur Hastings, your assistance is required.
Of course. What do you need? It wasn't an accident. It was set on purpose, using turpentine to douse any evidence of them being there, and the forgery.
An almost perfect execution, had we not arrived in time before the evidence had burned away.
But why try and get rid of the necklace?
Spoken like a true detective.
Is this supposed to be a smart Hastings? No.
What can I do for you?
Alright, not killed from the fire.
From analyzing the victim's body, I can conclude that the cause of death was not dead by the flames.
Not by the flames? Then what?
That is what we are yet to determine.
Mr. Poirot, you are a genius. That would never have even occurred to me. I've got a lot to learn.
The empty one. He has another one.
That would never have even occurred to me. I've got a lot to learn.
Exit.
Let us get back to the scene.
Okay. what else are we looking for? Right, the locked cabinet. Forgot that was still here.
Oh.
Still nothing.
Huh.
Didn't you speak with her neighbor before? Might she be able to help?
Oh, joy.
I cannot see the logic in this. I must take a different approach. Where is the sense? What a revelation.
Sold 2 of her paintings. Day after the gala.
Another success.
Okay. Forgery of the Benetton Magdalene, along with omissions from accounts. Just that she's selling forgeries. Go back downstairs and bark, 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 bark.
Is it that copper again? What do you want?
I was hoping to ask you some questions regarding the fire. May I ask your name?
You aren't coming in. You can get that into your head now. Mrs. Colsham. Camilla Colsham.
Merci, Madame Colsham.
She hardly had any visitors, but yesterday it was like she had a sign up offering out free ale.
If you would be so kind as to talk us through the events as you remember them.
Well, I saw her leaving with a couple of paintings under her arm. You've seen her work? Not really my cup of tea. Then there was that posh-looking chap. I heard him before I saw him. Like an elephant on those stairs. Next came the professional-looking fella. He's got some money in those pockets, that's for sure. I saw him leaving with a painting, too. Oh, and the argument with another man? I couldn't hear what it was all about, but he had a set of lungs on him.
You are doing a wonderful job, Madame Colsham.
You can keep the patronizing tone to yourself.
Okay.
She must have turned her radio up to disguise what they were saying, but I tell you this, I'd rather have listened to them than that racket. It wasn't long before he was storming down the stairs. I don't think he'd heard the expression light-footed before.
Would you be able to remember any other details of the gentleman?
Through this people, you can barely tell who's man and woman. I didn't hear her leave, but when I heard that door downstairs slam, I knew it was her. I opened my door and gave her what for. And you know what she did? She waved me off, bottle of bubbles in hand, ranting about being dry. She looked 2 sheets to the wind, if you ask me. Only after did she turn the radio down. I wasn't going to waste the peace and quiet, and I got ready for bed. I was getting right into the exciting bit of my book. Perkins' first one, you know. I do like Perkins. Well, that's when I first smelt the smoke coming from the hall. And then you lot showed up.
You said it with such disdain, and then you lot showed up and saved me from burning in the fire. Ugh.
Merci, Madame. You have been most accommodating.
Oh, and I found this in the garden. It's obviously hers. I was going to put it through her letterbox, but, well, you know.
The cork from a champagne bottle. It would not be a giant leap to assume this came from Mademoiselle Cortsmith's apartment. A smell lingers on the cork. Bitter almonds.
Cyanide. Dun dun dun.
Merci, Madame Colcham.
She was poisoned.
Magnifique.
I mean, it does feel like it's like you're into Murder Mysteries 101, right? Like you learn almonds equals cyanide. Digitalis is a normally invisible heart medication that in an overdose can cause what looks like a heart attack and cannot be tested for. Things like this, where we're like, ah. What do we... It still says inspect the apartment, so... Swing...
From analyzing the victims, but
Not by the...
that...
Come on. Oh, it showed me it before. There, nope. Hmm. Maybe I just need to talk to these things.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Let us get back to...
What do you need? Almonds? I've never had champagne that tasted of almonds.
I hope not.
One would hope not.
Ah, this is my
Mademoiselle's lips
thoughts exactly.
may hold the missing clue we require.
Of course, the painting. Irene had made forgeries of the Penitent Magdalene painting and was likely selling them for a pretty penny, I might add.
Let us get back to...
Are her lips blue? You didn't smell the almonds to start?
I must act on thought and fact. Things are beginning to be...
Okay. Champagne spiked with champagne tap.
Order and method. That is... This will not get me any closer. Is there something I...
Oh. Okay. I guess that's fair.
What do you need? I don't know if I'm cut out for this.
Take your time. Consider what we have seen and learnt of Mademoiselle Cortsmith's time here yesterday.
Okay, firstly, we know that she had a number of visitors and an argument with one of them. Among these visitors, one left with a painting, perhaps another forgery.
Très bien.
Irene wasn't drinking alone, and whoever she was drinking with likely poisoned her. The killer used a syringe to inject a liquid form of the poison through the cork and into the bottle.
Potassium cyanide. Traces of the compound can be found in nature, but dangerous levels, such as those present, can be detected by its notable almond smell.
And she fell victim shortly after in her chair. What can I do for you?
Let us get back.
What do you need? What are you going to tell him?
The truth. He may hope for a simple and somewhat convenient version of events, but he cannot ignore the facts that we shall present.
My crime scene still intact?
Of course, Detective Inspector. There is something that...
There's nothing more to say.
Suspect.
Pardon, Detective Inspector. The truth is that Mademoiselle Irene Court Smythe was murdered.
Right you are. I'll be sure to make a note.
But you won't.
Excuse me? Are you forgetting who you're talking to?
He is well aware of your authority and your capability of coming to the same conclusion. We only wish to inform you of our findings.
Well, my men have been in, as have I, and I've concluded that the mademoiselle, as you so elegantly called her, made off with the painting and decided to have a few drinks to celebrate.
Yay.
She passed out drunk in the chair, candle still lit, and the place went up like a match.
Ah, how convenient. You bought the story.
Detective Inspector, s'il vous plaît. It is really not that simple.
Who are you calling simple?
He's not calling you simple, he's saying that isn't how it happened. How can you ignore the bottle of champagne that had been tampered with? The smell of poison on the cork.
You're both experts in poison now, are you?
Are you not?
I do not wish to stand here and argue credentials. Mademoiselle Court Smythe was killed, not by the fire that burned through her home, but at the hands of another. Her drink, laced with potassium cyanide.
Quite the imagination you two have.
Look, we can show.
No. We shall leave the Detective Inspector to discover the truth for himself. Monsieur Hastings, you must learn which battles are worth the fight. Besides, we have no time to stand squabbling with him. We have a murder to solve.
Okay, well...
That was quite a night. I feel exhilarated, yet exhausted. Triumphant at what we have discovered, but mournful for Miss Court Smythe.
It is being able to control those emotions and still see the bigger picture that separates the best detectives from those that merely like the thought of such responsibility.
So do you think it must have been one of the guests at the gala?
An accomplice disguised as a guest turned murderer. A master criminal they may appear to be, but they have never crossed paths with Belgium's greatest detective.
I think I just felt a chill.
Now we must speak with the guests of the gala again, as well as find Monsieur Christiansen, who has continued to evade my questions. I have no doubt one or more of them will hold the answers we require regarding the death of Mademoiselle Court Smythe.
The scheme. How many chapters are there? Not that that corresponds to anything. 9 chapters. We are just about halfway through according to the chapter list. But again, some of them have been long, some of them have been short. So, anyway, this is a good breaking point just because I want ice cream. So I'm going to go get ice cream, and I will be right back. Ooh, excuse me. back. Got a large bowl of ice cream. Turned off the air conditioners. Opened the windows. Because it's finally under 70 degrees outside. I turned off the air conditioners except the one in my room because that was a slightly different issue. Unfortunately. What am I doing? Talking to you. Okay. No one.
Mademoiselle, do you have a moment to spare?
Of course, Detective. I'm hoping you have some good news for me.
We found who stole the painting.
Goodness. You found the painting, haven't you?
A painting was recovered. A forgery, but it was damaged by the fire.
What on earth are you talking about? Forgery? Fire?
It ran rampant through Mademoiselle Courtsmythe's apartment.
What about this all wrong, Poirot?
She's dead. She would never be so. But with all of those flammable paints and... No!
Mademoiselle Warbeck appears quite distraught at the news. Perhaps I should have considered the nature in which it was delivered.
No shit!
I respected her as an artist and a friend.
I do not wish to push Mademoiselle Warbeck too far while in such a state.
Seriously.
But as a friend,
No.
I must know if she was aware of Mademoiselle Courtsmythe's plan.
Perhaps, as a friend, she let slip of her plans.
Smooth, real smooth. Really buried the lead in that line of questioning. She could have never seen it coming.
Her plan for what? Stealing the painting? Making a forgery? Do you really think I'd let her do that?
She must have had help from someone she trusted.
If she did, it wasn't me she confided in. I've been here trying to calm down the trustees.
You did not leave the museum?
I was here until the early hours. After the meeting, I wrote a letter to my father. I wanted his advice on what to do. It's just all so... Excuse me, gentlemen. I must go and make a phone call to an artist. I shan't be long.
The hesitation.
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now.
Must go make a phone call to an artist. Uh-huh. Sure.
Monsieur Hastings, your assistance is required.
Is it?
Of course. What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur.
Nope. Nope, 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 nope.
Oh.
Hot on the culprit's heels. I feel like we might. At least this version of Poirot. It's so funny that I played the last game and walked away with a kind of like, this was not that great interpretation of it. And then we're playing this game and I'm like, can we go back? Do I have to go somewhere else? Well, let's start at the news, I suppose.
What can I do for you?
He's just gonna keep giving me that eye over and over again. Eyebrow raise. Eyebrow raise. Eyebrow raise. Eyebrow raise. This is his default animation.
I was hoping to speak with Mademoiselle Farquhar.
I'm afraid she already has her hands full with the story. Unless you've come with a bigger one than what she's working on. Perhaps another time, gentlemen. We really are very busy. Perhaps another time. Perhaps another time, gentlemen.
I will not take up any more of your time.
Broken Spock animatronic. Alright, well, that was fucking useless. Alright, cool. Fucking useless. Bop boop, bop boop, beep boop, bop boop, beep boop, bop boop, beep boop, bop boop. Birds. Got it. Get the broad out.
Bonjour, madame. Do you have a moment to... Has something happened?
Something else happened?
You bet something's happened! That slime bag! How dare he say my performance was mediocre!
I'm sure he didn't mean.
That's it! I give up! I'm done with this acting. With this city!
Take a deep breath. One man's opinion, and a wrong one at that, is not powerful enough to topple a career like yours.
You're right. Let him think what he wants. I'm sorry. I'm an actress. It's my prerogative to be a little overdramatic.
That's what you use it as an excuse? Okay.
Very impressive, Monsieur Hastings.
Sounds a little more insecure.
Position in negotiations would suit you well.
Is there something I can help you both with? You do know what I do, don't you? I was on stage, performing in front of a packed house.
I did not mean to.
Zach, he was there. You two seemed pretty friendly. He'll tell you.
Back.
So will that Russian lady from the gala. She was with him.
Monsieur Demire and Mademoiselle Babagne. Together.
Oh, he's already seen it. I told him he didn't have to come.
A supportive husband indeed.
Yeah, real supportive. Your guess is as good as mine.
It is most important that I speak with him.
Then you've got a missing painting and a missing husband on your hands because I haven't seen him. Look, I don't think I can take much more today.
Mademoiselle Court Smythe was found murdered last night.
Okay.
Okay. And
I thought perhaps the news would be a little more jarring.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't really want to hear about anyone dying, but me and her... Well, there's no love lost.
Madame Allen's nonchalant response has certainly caught me off guard.
You have been most helpful.
top of the flop. Here it is. The name like Betty Allen at the top of the bill, one would expect a certain level of professional stage experience to steer even the dullest of shows, but on this occasion it was left treading water and floundering in a sea of amateur dramatics. The final curtain fall, along with its star from the other side of the pond, was greeted by a standing ovation. Accepted with tears of gratitude, a bouquet-filled arm and a wave that suggested she had given the performance of her life, and if her performance was that of an actress found on the streets of the East End, she deserved every applaud. Mediocre, a term usually used derogatorily of someone's performance, but in Betty Allen's case, it is the best one can muster. Without the imaginably back-breaking support of the sublime company orchestra, the entire show would have fallen under the weight of Mrs. Allen's increasing ego and misplaced high notes. Oh. Aylesworth, here we go. What is all this? January's election result. Hung Parliament was not the way the decade was expected to start, and it paved the way for some that reside in the House of Lords to question exactly where they stood on the important policies, and for some, more importantly, how that would affect their support. One such MP that has spent the last months considering his position and furthering career is the Right Honourable Mortimer Aylesworth, hailing from Surrey, where his loyal constituency sees his moral code and ethics as a continuation of his father's sterling work. While it looked as though his popularity would only continue to grow through Conservative and Liberal Unionists, his most recent speech in the House, where fellow party members watched on and as he questioned the integrity of his party before making the bold and often considered career-suicide move of crossing the floor. Speaking with him following the House sitting, he told me, "I couldn't sit back any longer and allow those in desperate need in our towns and cities to be forgotten. We have the great privilege of serving the children and citizens that we are just not doing it. We just aren't doing enough, and I had to make a change." Okay. Halley's Comet. Came and went like a bright trail of glitter across the sky, a moment of beauty above the layer of gray cloud that hangs over the nation's capital. To others, it brought down a beloved and powerful monarch. Haley slays the king. Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing there. There it is. Newly christened Royal Edward Gallery was set to return to the height of its glory days, with its waving reputation for bland and outdated exhibits being a regular occurrence. The arrival of a collection from the Dubois estate in Bouillon, Belgium, including the highly anticipated Penitent Magdalene, recently purchased by the Honourable Mortimer Aylesworth of the Conservative Party, was to be the revival that it so badly needed. Instead, while I stood patiently waiting for its grand reveal, and the expectant gasp was the shock of an empty frame that stole the limelight. The Penitent Magdalene survived the Brabant Revolution. The Belgian Revolution, reigning steadfast on the walls of Chateau de Dubois for over 150 years, and yet only in a matter of weeks on English shores and days within our illustrious city, she was kidnapped. Detective Inspector Hardwick of Scotland Yard's, I thought his name didn't end with an E. I don't remember the E. Swift arrival showed the urgency of not only the Metropolitan Police Force, but also the museum's curator, Miss Evelyn Lakshmi Warbeck, to find and return the precise piece back to its new, if not short-lived, home. I do have to give them some credit for making a nod to the fact that she is Indian. Evelyn Lakshmi Warbeck.
You're just full of questions, aren't you?
You have been most...
Generally what detectives do. They have questions and they ask them. Time to confirm some alibis, right? Am I right? Hastings, get the fuck out of my way. Is this not the way out? How to out?
What do you need? That sounds rather ominous.
I would not ask you to do something I would not consider doing myself. Only on this occasion, it is I that must execute the other part of the plan.
Too much explanation, not enough determination.
What do you need me to do?
Madame Hélène, you must hold her attention while I take the opportunity to look around.
I certainly can. I'll appeal to her love of attention.
Groundbreaking.
Mrs. Allen, that photograph there, Is that really you on a live film set?
Get out of my way. An apology letter from Christensen. And an address. At least a bit of an address. Look at them. It's just them. Bye. Having a good time with those buttons. Right, let's go talk
Monsieur
to the
Aylesworth.
MP.
Ah, a detective that actually seems to be doing something to find my painting. What can I do for you?
Oh, yesterday you were a dismissive little fuck, but now you love me, huh?
Quite well, thank you.
The infirmary discharged you already?
With a clean bill of health. I didn't want to wait around using up valuable resources.
An honorable gesture.
I was straight off to the House of Commons. I take it you haven't read today's newspaper?
I'm afraid I have had more pressing matters.
But I did read it.
It certainly makes for an interesting read.
I was not aware reporters were permitted inside the house.
They aren't. I left and went to the London Illustrated News office. I gave my statement there. I can't for the life of me remember the chap's name. Rather pleasant, though. Anyway, you're a busy man. I'd hate to take up too much of your time.
It does not take a great detective to pick up on Monsieur Aylesworth's ever so subtle hint.
Subtle.
Is this about the insurance claim? It was merely a necessary precaution. I'm sure with you on the case, it won't be long before it's returned.
I do not doubt my abilities to return the painting, but I question why he felt it necessary to talk of sensitive details regarding the investigation to a national news outlet. It would not surprise me to learn of him using his loss for cynical gain.
I assume you saw the article in the paper?
Oui, monsieur. A fantastic opportunity for you to express your political opinions.
Oh, the people must know what I stand for. I'm here for them. Well, detective, this is a surprise.
A surprise, monsieur?
I wasn't expecting to be on the receiving end of an interrogation. I had nothing to do with the fire or her death.
Who said anything about a fire or someone's death? We were talking about a painting.
You are aware of Mademoiselle Courtsmythe's demise?
There isn't much in this city I don't know about. And for your little notepad, or wherever you're storing the facts, that report, Farquhar, she was in the office and can confirm I was there.
It appears that Monsieur Aylesworth is more preoccupied with proving his innocence than showing any compassion for Mademoiselle Courtsmythe herself.
Indeed.
I will not take up any more of your time.
Go talk to
Bartholomew! Here, puss. Where are you? Bartholomew! Enough now! Out you come!
My experience yelling at cats doesn't really do.
I'm sorry, I just don't have time to talk now. I have to find Bartholomew.
Have you placed a missing persons report?
Really, detective? Bartholomew is the church cat. I think a missing persons report might be a little overboard.
I am sure with our assistance we shall find him in half the time.
The cats don't do anything you want them
And
to.
then perhaps you will have time to answer my questions.
Fine. All that matters now is that we find him.
The only thing in the entire world that matters is this fucking cat.
His name is Bartholomew, and I'd appreciate it if you spoke of him as such.
Pardon. When did you last see Bartholomew?
Better. Well, you see, the poor creature took an interest in my easel. He leapt up, knocking over some of my supplies, and gave himself a fright. He bolted out of sight, and I've not seen him since.
Merci, Your Grace.
I would say, yeah, do you have a bag of treats? We'll just shake that and then come running. That's like one thing that I can do. I must say, this reminds me of my duties back in rural Belgium as an officer. Alright. Guard of glass, that's not great.
Huh. Aha.
Oh, wait, it's bent.
Aha.
Knocked it over. Bishop, your church is a fucking mess. Look at this. Look at this. Absolute mess.
Huh. Aha.
What would the Lord say about this mess? To solve the case of the missing cat, I suppose.
Something just does not. The answer was staring me in.
And over, and that's all we got.
I didn't think I could make it any clearer. Our priority is to find Bartholomew. Yes, Thomas, one of my parishioners, would usually have sorted that for me. But he decided this weekend of all weekends was the best time to holiday to Margate.
How dare he take a break from you?
Where did you say the glass was broken?
The easel. I was painting, and Bartholomew was obviously in a boisterous mood and knocked over the water jar.
Merci, Your Grace.
It looks like stained glass, though.
The pieces of the puzzle of...
Can't imagine why the glass is that far away, yeah.
I must take a different approach. Hot on the culprit's heels.
Why would he lie about something so trivial?
Another success.
Glass is broken at the altar.
Things are beginning to be...
Cat ran in the direction of the confessional. I yell at him for lying to me like an idiot.
Oh, I didn't...
Merci.
Cat. Hello, cat. Where are you? Why cat not in booth of confessional? Like deduction happened. Why no work?
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Ah. We have to prove it to the dumb one.
That would never have even occurred to me. I've got a lot to learn.
Oh, wow. I never would have thought that a cat in a church would be anywhere near the altar. That'd be weird, right? Come on. Oh, my God. How do we know this cat started there? There's glass smashed there. And Horace lied about the cat?
I question whether the bishop's version of events is accurate. Perhaps he threw the glass jar at Bartholomew because he was on the altar.
I know that's how it looks, but I can't imagine someone being so cruel.
But I can.
What tells us where the cat ran to next? Poirot, you are a genius.
Okay. How do we know the cat ran to the candle? Knocked over.
How can we know where the cat ran to next?
Now it's the confession.
Poirot, you are a genius.
We know that because it's in the same direction, I guess. Now can I go grab the cat?
Huh.
Aw, there he is, little baby.
Oh.
Now we need to get him out. The answer was literally staring you in the face.
Oh, I didn't think...
Merci.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
Merci.
Okay, we have to find a way to lure the cat back out. Using what? I've seen absolutely nothing that would even remotely look like a toy or a treat. Missing some? Oh, okay. We have to come back. This is another. We're just gonna leave and fuck off and do something totally different. Despite the fact that we found the cat, we know where the cat is. We just can't get the cat out at the church, I guess, because that's a thing.
Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
I was hoping to
I'm afraid she already... Let's not be so hasty. That could be just what we need.
Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
This is your office. It's very impressive.
Mademoiselle, would you have time to answer some questions?
I don't really have time right now. Perhaps we can schedule...
I assure you I shall remain focused and my questions relevant.
Fine. Make it fast. Is she all right?
I'm afraid not.
Heavens. How awful. Did she have any close relatives?
I do not believe so. And her parents have both passed also. She was the last remaining court Smythe.
An odd statement.
A question I did not expect. Although at least she is showing some form of compassion for Mademoiselle Court Smythe's family, or lack thereof.
Did Hastings just pick something off his jacket and then flick it onto me? Like, flick it onto Poirot? Did that just happen?
I only met her recently in a professional capacity. What are they going to do with her exhibit?
I cannot say, but they may not be as forthcoming with her work now.
I'm sorry, Detective. I don't understand.
Mademoiselle Court Smythe was behind the painting's disappearance, and a forgery was discovered in her apartment.
So she stole the original and made a forgery? What heavens for?
That we are still yet to learn.
Money.
Am I a suspect?
We are just trying to gather all the information. Isn't that right, Poirot?
Oui, that is correct.
I'm sorry. It's just a lot to take in at once. I was working late into the evening yesterday. I had to get my article on the gala written. And the photographs, they had to be developed. There was probably someone still around in the office if you wanted to check. I'm sure you want to have every I dotted and T crossed. Really? I must have been so busy not to notice him. At least you can be sure of where I was.
Was there anyone else present in the office?
If Mr. Aylesworth was there, Nathaniel, my editor, must have been.
It strikes me as rather strange that Mademoiselle does not recall seeing such an important figure in the office. But not everyone can be as observant as I. I shall speak with the editor, as he will be able to confirm the presence of both in the office.
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now.
Okay. Hastings. Hastings! Oh, okay. But I need to talk to the editor. The editor's down. Oh, okay.
What can I do for you, Detective?
I will not take up.
You're just full of questions, aren't
You have been most...
Oh, okay. Not sure where I'm going next at this something to get the cat out. Apparently, it's still a thing. So here we go. I feel like there's a little silly amount of fast traveling around. Like, if you think about this in the sense of this is happening in real time, they're spending like fucking hours just wandering around London. Like, I just spent all that time traveling back to the museum to get a jug of cream that might entice a cat, instead of going and buying one from like Corner Round or like...
Voila.
No, surprisingly not that weird of a cat looking thing.
Your Grace, now that
the cat's in
found,
the cats in Indiana Jones looked fucking weirder, so...
As my way of thanks, I'll answer your questions.
I'm so glad that you will help us in this murder investigation. Shit.
Very well. Get on with it.
That's not what you said in the subtitles, but okay.
I hope that comes from an inquisitive nature rather than a place of accusation. I was at a museum trustees meeting, trying to finally make a decision on that girl.
That girl, Evelyn, is your dick?
You mean Mademoiselle Warbeck?
Who else? She's running that museum into the ground.
And following the meeting?
I returned to the church to prepare for Compline prayers, although I don't think I was alone.
You don't think?
I got the feeling that someone had followed me from the museum. I never saw them, but I know what I felt. None. I knew her merely by reputation, and a questionable one at that. Do you want to tell me what all these questions are about?
Mademoiselle Court Smythe was murdered last night.
If you plan on being the bearer of such news, perhaps you should think of going about it with a little more civility.
I mean, you just basically called her a whore, so I don't know what to tell you here, my guy. You gotta pick what lane you want to be in. Are you the angry conservative priest who just hates everybody because they're all sinful and you're the one good one? Or are you the sensitive one that's listening to people's confessions with a kind and gentle ear? Because you haven't been acting like that up until this point, and all of a sudden now, when I put any level of discomfort on you, suddenly you're upset, and oh no, we should be more civil. And I'm like, what point have you been civil?
How did the young...
Who are you to lecture on civility? Fucking Christ.
There was a fire in her apartment, although it wasn't the flames that took her life, but poison.
Arson and poisoning. Oh, What is this world coming to?
This doesn't feel genuine.
Bishop Mountjoy claims he barely knew Mademoiselle Court Smythe, but still showed a level of empathy I was not expecting. Perhaps I judged his blunt facade too quickly.
Or perhaps he's just a giant dick and is masking as best he can.
Found it? Really? Oh, heavens be! The Lord has shown his will once more.
I can only assume his delayed excitement came from being off guard. Unfortunately, I must turn his elation into disappointment.
If your grace would allow me to finish. A forgery of it was found in Mademoiselle Court Smythe's apartment, but it was destroyed in the fire.
She was the thief all along? Well, that just... A forgery? You mean she made a copy of it?
That is what a forgery means.
It appears that way.
I will rightly light a candle for her soul this evening, but that will not give her absolution from what she faces kneeling before our Lord.
And apparently he's left. Cool.
Aha. Oh.
Tyrian purple. What was he doing with that on this canvas?
Huh.
And charcoal. Cute. Charcoal we can now bring the charcoal back to the museum to rub it over the page that has the indentation writing on it. Because that's totally normal way to go about this. Still can't talk to the guy. That's why we use the charcoal. Okay. Dear Father, the board continues to question my every decision. They see me not as an equal or even an adequate curator. I cannot be sure how much longer I can take the constant barrage of abuse. You've always taught me to stand and face those that try to derail one from their path, but it's a task I find myself struggling with alone. Seth, mother, my love, I miss you both dearly. Perhaps this year you will join me in London for Christmas. All my love, your Evie.
It looks like she was telling the truth after all.
About composing the letter, oui. But we cannot confirm where it was penned.
What's all this other stuff? I don't think it's from the letter to her father.
It seems we have stumbled across the names and addresses for the guests of the gala, although they are not all legible. We have gathered all the information we can from the guests at the gala, all except
Betty's husband, Mr. Christensen.
Oui. We are now in possession of his address, where he is no doubt hiding like a frightened young boy avoiding his headmaster's ruler.
We are in fact in possession of his address that we did practically nothing to truly deduce. It's just we have it now. So I guess we'll head to his place. Done very little actual deduction. This whole game has very little actual deduction. I feel like it really does just feel worse than the last one in almost every possible way.
What can I do for you?
I will not take...
Ah,
Really?
voila.
Oh my god. Okay.
Remind
Wow.
me why we've lied our way into a man's apartment while he's not here?
Monsieur Christiansen was accused of harassing a young lady who has now been murdered, and he has not been seen since, even by his wife. Does that not strike you as peculiar?
Do you really think he could be capable of murder?
I believe everyone is capable, under the right circumstances. And right now, I believe Monsieur Christiansen is in that position.
He committed a very premeditated murder with a bottle of champagne spiked with cyanide. Because he flirted with a woman who wasn't his wife in public. This feels a little far-fetched.
While we have no suspect to question, let us use our time wisely and search for clues.
Why is there a
Leave no
crucifix
stone
on the door?
unturned.
There's a crucifix on that wall behind the door, so that when you open the door, the crucifix is hidden. That's an odd place to put it. I'm not even Christian, really, and I think that's an odd place to put it. Oh, it's the front door, no less.
Huh.
Oh. Cigarettes from What's-Her-Face's apartment. That's... Oh, hello.
Oh. Oh.
Ah, she lied. Gasp.
Huh.
Bear study keys. Okay, I should be able to relatively easily fix that. Figure that out. About the keys. Didn't I just pick up a bunch of keys? Okay. Right. Never mind. It's the study. Be-doo-doo-doo.
Aha.
And a safe.
Huh.
That's not what music notation looks like.
Monsieur Hastings, of course. What can I do for you?
It was this guy. How do we know? Because he smokes the same cigarettes.
Monsieur Christiansen was at the scene of the crime smoking with Mademoiselle Court Smythe before her death. Could he be the holder of the original Penitent Magdalene painting? He may very well have hidden it here.
Okay. That is over, I guess. Go back to talk to the wife.
Ah, Poirot! Good to see you. The feeling is mutual, Monsieur Demire. You and your formalities. Let's talk over here. Is everything all right?
Oh my god.
Miss Farquhar is interviewing Betty. I thought we should talk privately over here. I heard about Irene. Tragic news.
His
As I hear about poison.
shirt thingy is very interesting to me. That's something I can't quite get over. It is somehow delightful and also incredibly slutty without actually showing any skin. Like, that man is not wearing a shirt. That man is wearing a silk scarf, pretending to be a shirt. Like, he is this close to tits out. Like, am I right or am I right?
Who told you that?
It doesn't take long for news like that to spread in this city.
I would appreciate some discretion between friends. But oui, Mademoiselle was poisoned.
Anything I can help with? I won't take offense, as I know you're just doing your job. I attended the evening performance of Betty's show. Anastasia and I had a grand old time.
She accompanied you as your date?
She was at a loose end after the gala. Don't worry, I'm not here to tread on any toes. I mean, he can hold a conversation of sorts.
Okay.
You do not think particularly highly of him.
Spill the tea, sis.
I've never had a problem with him before. Look, I ran into him last night in a bar after the show, and by the looks of him, it wasn't his first drink of the night.
Was it a gay bar?
He was trying to sell me a lucrative business opportunity, a way we could both make some quick money.
See, if you buy the deluxe Tupperware package, then I get 10% of the sales.
Did you take him up on his offer?
God, no. When someone offers you something that sounds too good to be true, it usually is. That was some weekend. You should get him to tell you about it sometime.
What? Oh, okay. He was talking to Hastings. I'm glad we're talking about the last game with the one and only character from the last game, which I feel like if there were more characters from the last game, I would hate this a little less.
Bragging is a sign of overconfidence and grandiose behavior.
You know, at first I found those kind of replies annoying. But now, charming almost.
I shall accept that as both a compliment and a sign of your maturity.
If it wasn't for the detective here, I would probably still be wallowing in my own anger and self-pity.
You have lived a life many of us have only heard about in stories. A life that we all hope no one will have to live again.
Well, Poirot, I got real bad news for you. You're in the fucking 1910s. This decade's not going to end great for you guys. In the European continent, it's not going to end great.
I second that.
You think Zachariah was served by what the Ottoman? It's just like conflict in the Near East here. Like just you wait.
Your family must be proud of the man you have become. As am I.
I mean, that's the thing. They're gonna go through World War I, and then they're gonna go through World War II, and they're gonna be like, "We're doing this again." I'm like, "Yeah, oh boy, oh boy." Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why it's not Captain Hastings yet, because they haven't had World War I yet. I don't think it takes place before the war. I'm pretty sure it's before the Great War. 95%. Hold on. Ugh. Plot summary may contain spoilers. Click on expand to read. You click on expand. Okay. I want to say that there was something about being... the London case occurs early in Poirot's career at some unspecified date around the turn of the century. I'm pretty sure it's like 1910. Because they said something at one point about like the start of the new decade or something like that. And it's clearly Edwardian. Honestly, this is very cusp of the 20s, which feels wrong, but I think it's just historical anachronisms and costuming, which they had in the last game as well. So, that up. First, say what horror is that? Likely to be the Boer War. Okay. That's what it is. Yeah, he was in the Boer War. Sure. Zechariah Demir. It sounds like a very Turkish name. It was... 1899 to 1902. Okay. Yeah, we're talking like 1900s to early 1910s. Right. I mean, see, that's the thing. Hastings looks like he's. I wouldn't even say he's casual Friday Gatsby. He honestly reminds me far more of Nick, like a little wide-eyed, kind of lost. He's the carry-on. He's the one that ends up in the realm of Gatsby by accident and is like, whoa. But like, what's her face? The woman who was murdered. Crap, I forget her name. She had a very 1920s haircut, gown. Like, it was very 20s. And then you've got the reporter, cannot remember anyone's names, it's great, where she's like full-on Gibson girl. Okay, like full-on Gibson girl. I don't even know what the actress here is doing. I don't know what's going on with her at all. The curator, Evelyn, whose name is the only one that I can remember off the top of my head right now. She's kind of, I think she's about right. She's actually one of the few that's like right on the money. She's like late 1900s, early 1910s. She's the only one that I can really think of everyone we've seen here so far that like actually looks the part.
I will not take up any more of your time.
He disappeared, so I hope not.
I do not mean to interrupt.
Then perhaps you should wait until we have finished the interview.
Okay.
I do not mean to interrupt.
Then perhaps you should wait.
Alrighty then. Nope.
I do not mean to interrupt.
Then perhaps you...
Okay.
What do you need? What can I do for you?
I will not take...
Okay. Wrap this up soon. We go to the
Gentlemen,
newspaper
you're
office.
back.
Oh yeah, because we can talk to this guy. Do the eyebrow thing. Oh no, we've got a different eyebrow movement now. Oh. Get those eyebrow lips in.
Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Detective Hercule Poirot of the Kingdom of Belgium's police force.
You should have led with that before. Nathaniel Dryden, editor of the London Illustrated News.
My apologies. I was not aware of your position on our initial meeting.
That's quite all right. You were still more polite than most of the people that come through my door. What can I do for you?
Really has completely independent eyebrows. I'm never going to remember this man's name, but his name is now Eyebrows.
I did, but that was supposed to be an exclusive. How did you know?
It is a detective's job to know such things.
Doesn't really explain how, but okay.
I mean, so far this man is the realest person here. Poirot pulls out some shit from his ass, and Nathaniel Dryden, keep that eyebrows here. It's just like, that doesn't explain anything, but all right. Poirot's just like, I have my methods. And this guy's like, okay.
He said he had something to tell me that was going to blow me away. I couldn't say no. Indeed, she was. Although she was working on her own story, so I left her to it.
At no point did she leave the office?
She's a very hard worker and won't leave until the story is just how she wants it. Needless to say, she outstayed me. She had photographs to develop too, so was in the dark room for some time. I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I have another appointment, if you don't mind. This place is usually full of all sorts that think they have a story for us, or want to know more about something we've published. I was meaning to mention that to Florence, actually.
Mention what, monsieur?
A young foreign girl came in asking about a piece that was on show at the museum. Originated in Eastern Europe somewhere, and Florence had written an article on it.
Did she say why she was so interested?
She said she was researching its journey from its first home with an affluent family. I forget the name. I couldn't tell her much more, besides that it was going to be moved from the museum shortly. No doubt into another exhibition somewhere.
Could this inquisitive young woman have been Mademoiselle Babagna? But why so curious about that particular piece of jewelry?
No, we're talking about a piece of jewelry. Okay.
Merci. You have been most accommodating.
Ah. Huh.
Talk about the cigarettes.
Huh.
Irene Court Smith. There it is.
Huh.
Looked at it. We looked all through everything, and it didn't finish.
Oh. Hmm.
Sacre. What is the meaning of this? It is the missing painting, and this photograph is identical to one that had been burnt in the fire.
Ah. The accomplice. Ah. Yes. I need to stop. That's what I need to do. Just saved, so it's a good place. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, there we go. More Poirot things. I don't know what else to say. Man, this game is way more boring than the last one somehow. And on top of that, both like the other one was also boring. So I'm just, uh, I think we'll probably finish this on Thursday. I'm gonna venture a little guess out there and say it's probably gonna be all set on Thursday. So I don't have that much more of this. I don't think. I don't think. Anyway, that is it for tonight, though. Yeah, don't have anything else to say on that front, but it's time for me to go to bed. And this is a weird game. It's a weird game that I'm a little ready to be done with. So anyway, yeah, that's all for tonight. Thank you all for joining yet again. I'll be back on Thursday, like I said. Hopefully we'll be able to finish this game up and get it done and settled. Next week on Tuesday, I will not be here. I will be up in the wild woods of the north of this area, very north, in camping. So I am looking forward to it and not looking forward to it at the same time. Let me just double check what the forecast now says, because the last time I looked at it, yeah, let's see here. Saturday, high of 83, low of 60. Sunday, high of 88, low of 63. Monday, high of 89, low of 64. Tuesday, high of 91, low of 64. Wednesday, high of 89, low of 65. I'm going to be roasting in my tent. It's going to be great. I'm so looking forward to this. At least it does drop into the 60s, so I will be cool at night. I'll take that as much as I can. Anyway, so yeah, I will not be here next Tuesday, but we will hopefully finish this on Thursday this week. I will see you all then. Until that day, have a wonderful couple of days. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.